But what would you say from a leadership perspective in high pressure situations, from the great commanders to the great leaders that you've had throughout the course of your military service? What has been some lessons that you've taken away from how do the best lead through change? How do the best perform in very extreme high pressure situations?
Yeah, our high pressure situations were pretty severe. And Napoleon actually had a concept of coup d'etat, the power of the glance, where with more iterations, exposing himself to extremely difficult situations in training, it equipped him for when it happened in real life. And that's just experience. If you, again, are reflecting on each evolution of life you go through every single day, you start to get all these lessons, these common threads. Because in a high pressure situation, you never have all the information you require. You may have to, as we say, make a decision with only 60% of the intelligence. But it's also learning what is wasted, what you can ignore, and what you can truly affect. And what I've seen great leaders do is, one, they take a breath. And of course, I'm using the scenario of we get contacted. The enemy ambushes us. It's a bad situation. That leader has the ability, when all his guys are online returning fire, just to step back and take a breath, even if it's 3 to 5 seconds before he makes a call. Just breathing, relax. What's the number one priority here? Okay, we're getting shot at by the front. I can take this element right here, have them flank left or right, and start to take the initiative on our obstacle. And that really the power to just take a step back, to breathe and relax, to remain calm and composed, and then assess what your priorities are and move. COVID was the perfect extreme situation, high pressure situation for all business leaders. Absolutely. Because we were getting conflicting information. We weren't getting any information at all, being told to isolate our people, and we had to adapt. We like leaders had to demonstrate high adaptability and high flexibility and make decisions with incomplete information. And if they started to head in the wrong direction, the moral courage to say, hey guys, I was wrong. We started heading left based on what we're seeing. And I know I gave a directive. We actually need to start heading in the opposite direction. My apologies. And we're going to move forward. And you just prioritize as obstacles or opportunities come to you and learn along the way. And the more iterations of life that you have under your belt, the really, truly, professionals, that's why we call it a general manager, because they have a wide breadth of experience under their belt, the good ones. And no matter the scope of the problem, if it's something they haven't even seen before, they can rely on all that experience and the power of the glance to say, okay, I haven't seen this before, but it's like other past situations I've been through. So based off the information I'm seeing, I've got to be timely and decisive in my call, and then prioritize my people and get them to work.